Okay, so today we're diving into something that's, well, it's pretty counterintuitive. It's a core idea from the classic book, The Millionaire Next Door, and honestly, it might make you a little uncomfortable. But stick with me because it's one of those ideas that might just flip how you think about building wealth that lasts for generations.
So let's get right to it. Here's the big question. All that financial help you might give your adult kids, helping with a down payment, covering a car payment, those just because gifts, could that actually be hurting their chances of ever becoming wealthy themselves? And you know what? The research points to a surprising answer. A lot of the time, yeah, it does.
So this gets us to what the researchers call the generous parents trap. It's this really fascinating and kind of dangerous dynamic where your best intentions, you just want to make their life a little easier, right? Can lead to some seriously bad financial outcomes. The best way to get this is to picture two families. First, you've got family A, the givers. Their whole mindset is, we want to make life easier for our kids. Then you have family B, the guides. Their philosophy is completely different. We want to make them stronger. Totally different approaches, right? And the results, wow, they're night and day. So there's actually a technical term for what the givers are doing. The researchers call it economic outpatient care, or EOC for short. And look, we're not talking about a one-time graduation gift here or helping out with a wedding. No. This is about regular, ongoing, substantial support for adult children who, let's be honest, are perfectly capable of supporting themselves. So what does this actually look like? Well, it's things like paying your adult kids' mortgage month after month, or covering their car payments, funding their family vacations, paying for the grandkids' private school, or just giving them regular cash infusions so they can keep up a certain lifestyle. On the surface, this all sounds amazing, right? So generous. But, and this is a big but, there's a catch. This quote right here, it just nails this central problem. Think about that. The parents built their own wealth through hard work, through saving, through discipline. But the gifts they give, they actually prevent their kids from developing that exact same discipline. It's like it short-circuits the whole system.
Right, so what happens is the kids get the result, the money, the nice house, the fancy car, but they never learn the process. They never master the budgeting, the saving, the delayed gratification, the investing that actually created that wealth. It's exactly like being given a fish every day, but never learning how to fish for yourself. Sooner or later, the fish are going to run out. And look, this isn't just a theory. The data is super clear on this. Time and time again, the study found that the adult kids who didn't get this regular help, they actually ended up with more wealth. It's because that financial independence forced them to learn the very skills they needed for the long haul.
Okay, so if economic outpatient care is the trap, how do you avoid it? Let's flip this around and look at what the guide parents do, the ones who raise financially independent kids. They have a blueprint, and it's pretty clear. It really comes down to three key habits. Number one, they don't subsidize their adult children's lifestyle. 2, they make talking about money completely normal in their house. And number 3, they don't just talk about it, they actually live it. They model frugal behavior themselves. And let's be really clear here. This is not about some kind of harsh, tough love or just cutting your kids off. It's about setting healthy, appropriate financial boundaries. These parents often see education as the launch pad. They'll pay for that, but once school is done, it's on the kid to go build their own financial life. Okay, that second habit, it's all about just talking about money. For these families, money isn't some big, scary, taboo topic. It starts right at the dinner table. Kids just grow up knowing what a budget is, how investments work, what net worth means, and that crucial difference between an asset that makes you money and a liability that costs you money. And this might be the most powerful habit of all. They model the behavior. So for these kids, being frugal isn't weird, it's just normal. They see their super successful parents driving a 5-year-old Toyota, not a brand new Mercedes. And let's face it, what kids see their parents do every single day is way more powerful than anything they're ever told. This whole idea leads us to another really tricky topic, what you might call the inheritance illusion. Because it's not just about the money you get now. It turns out even just expecting money down the road can mess things up just as much. Yeah, it really boils down to simple motivation. Think about it. Why would you bust your butt saving and investing for decades if you know there's this giant financial safety net just waiting for you? Just knowing it's coming can completely kill the drive you need to build your own wealth from scratch. This really shows us the two ways an inheritance can play out. For the kid who's always gotten handouts, that inheritance becomes a crutch. It's just replacing the wealth they never learned how to build themselves. But for the kid who's already financially independent, man, that inheritance is a bonus. It's like rocket fuel for the wealth they've already skillfully built on their own. All right, so let's bring this all home. The big lesson here, it really applies to all of us, whether you're a parent or just figuring out your own financial life. The wealth that actually sticks around, it's not about the number in your bank account. This, right here, is the absolute key. The habits, that financial discipline, learning to wait for what you want. Those aren't just the things you do to get wealthy. They are the wealth, seriously. Without those skills, any money that comes your way is probably just going to disappear. And this final quote from the book just wraps it up perfectly. The millionaires next door didn't get rich because someone helped them. They got rich because nobody did. And they figured it out themselves. Think about that. They didn't succeed in spite of not getting help. They succeeded because of it. Having to figure it out for themselves, that's what created the discipline that made them rich. So that leaves us with one last question to chew on for anyone thinking about their own legacy. When you give financial help, what are you actually building? Are you building a comfy safety net that, yeah, feels good, but might just keep someone from ever learning to fly on their own? Or are you building a launch pad, giving them the tools, the values, the education so they can soar all by themselves? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.